Hello children, myself Mrs. Dimple Kundar from Seth Vidya Mandir, English High School, CBSE will continue Maths for Standard 5, Lesson 6, Decimals. Hope you all remember the properties of multiplication which I had explained in my earlier video. I continue sums based on that. So students, we do exercise 6C, the last question for the multiplication part. Using properties of multiplication. I just gave a brief up on the properties of multiplication which I had explained. So we have to fill in the blanks. So any whole number multiplied by a decimal number or the other way round, the answer will be same. So if I do 21 into 0.1 or 0.1 into 21, it will be same. So this is the properties of multiplication which I had explained. 4.64 into 7.3 into 5 all are decimal numbers, so you multiply either 2 or 3, and if you interchange the places it will remain the same. So 7.3 is given and 2 dashes, so you put the other two numbers in the next two blanks, interchanging the position. 1895.327 into 0 is equal to dash into 189. So again I have to interchange, so I will get a 0. And there is a one more equal to sign. Anything multiplied by 0, the answer will be yes, 0. So I leave it this way. Okay, again 1011.15 into 1 is equal to 1 into, I do the interchanging, or the answer will remain same. Similarly here 3.675 into 1.3 is 1.3 into 3.675. Okay, very easy. 9.8 into 8.9 into 7.9, again interchanging. 8.9 into 7.9 into 9.9. I can do 9.9 and 7.9. I can interchange these two also. Next one, 49.08 is equal to dash into 49, so 0.8 will come here, and 63 into 45.02 into 98.193 into 0. Now what is the number given here? 98193. So I can interchange these digits, 63, 45.02 and 0. And now the basic answer, what will it be? Will you multiply all these? No, because there is one 0. So your main answer also will be 0. So students, this is just fill in the blanks. You can do it in your textbook. This exercise you can do it in your textbook. After multiplication, let's move forward. Division of decimal fractions. Again there are rules out here. I will just read out the rules and explain when I do the sum. Divide, as we do the natural numbers, how we divide, we will divide the whole numbers. But when you reach the tens digit or when you get a remainder, you place a decimal and continue with the division in the quotient. I will show you this. First rule is the same. The second rule I will explain when I do the sum. Okay, how you get a remainder, and when the remainder comes you add a 0 and you put a decimal and continue. But also one more note, when the number of digits in the dividend is less and the divisor is not complete, we add zeros. Remember in multiplication also I had told you, if it is not possible you add the zeros. Yes. So same way out here, if it is not possible you add the zeros. Now see this exercise 6C. We'll continue question number 6. Find the quotient. Now 4 I have to divide by 2.4. So I write 2.4. If I write point or don't write point, doesn't make a difference. Now when I divide, I cannot divide by 2, so I will put a 0 and I will take both the numbers together. Now see, this is my 10th place. So according to the rule 2, when I come to the 10th place, I put a decimal point in my quotient. Now I get the number as 24. I read the number as the 24. 4 6 are 24 and I got my remainder. So my answer will be 0.6. Okay. Similarly here the next one, 7 divided by 6.3. For your multiplication I had told don't put the decimals, but for your division sums it's better you put a decimal in the middle, so you remember to put a decimal in the quotient. So again 7 I can't do, so 0, and now again this is the 10th place, the decimal point, so I put a decimal point. 7 9s are 63, and I got a remainder 0, so my answer is 0.9. Okay, I continue. 1.21 divided by 110, so I write 1.21 divided by 110. So now with 1 I cannot do, so I will put a 0. Now 2 is in the 10th place, so when I get a 10th place or when I get a decimal point here, I will put a decimal. Now I take 12 together. Again with 12 I can't do, so I will put one more 0 and I will take 121 together. So 110 ones are 110. 1 minus 0 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. Now I got 11. Now one more thing is there, that after the decimal point, if you get a remainder, you can add zeros and continue. You keep on adding 1 1 0 and you can continue dividing. So 110 ones are 110 and my decimal is 0. So my answer will be 0.011. I will explain these type of sums further on. Just remember that when you get a remainder, after you have added a decimal point in the quotient, you can add number of zeros, one number at a time, and keep on dividing till you get a complete answer. This is also called as the recurring decimals. Next, 8.1 divide. So 8.1 divided by 9. I cannot do, so 0. I put my decimal point and 81. 9 9s are 81. So this one was a easier number. Okay, we move on. 14.4 divided by 12. Now 12 in 1 I cannot do, I take 14 together. So 12 ones are 12, I get a remainder 2. Now there is a decimal point here and this is a 10th place, so I will put a decimal point here and bring this 4 down. 12 2s are 24, so I got the remainder 12. My quotient has become 1.2. So this has got 2 steps. Okay, and the last sum of this exercise, again the easier part, divided by 6. 3 I cannot do, so 0, decimal point, so I put a decimal point. 6 6 are 36 and remainder is 0, so my answer is 0.6. I hope you all are understanding. Okay.